What's up? So I got a TWOSUN, but it's not in this box. It's this one. It is a TS193 with factory anodizing on it. And I bought it on the secondary market, and the knife has already been checked in. And so we're just going to check it out. I am not going to check it in again. Just going to make a short out of it, but it's such a good knife that I talked about this in a video a while back, that I try to save all the knives that come in and do them on video, but this is one that I just couldn't wait. And so I dug in and I checked it in, and I've actually carried the knife, and you know, it's that thing that, you know, when I first started the channel, I would say it, you know, fairly frequently, that not all my knives end up on the channel. Well, as I've progressed, I hoard the knives, and I don't check them in because I want to legit check them in the video. I don't want to check it in and then like come back later and check it in. Like, you know, I ain't about all that. So like this one, I'm not going to recheck it in, and I'm going to tell you I checked it in. I wasn't going to check it in again. There's no reason for me. The action on it is wonderful. This thing is tuned to perfection, and but it's a cool enough knife that I wanted to cover it. So it's a TS193. It's in D2, but it does have the factory anodizing on it. And it's got that wonderful wave pattern on it. Titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip. Of course, that pocket clip, I mean, at first look, it's like right away you go, this is a Moswan knife, isn't it? Because, yeah, who else does those balls? And of course there he's got a hidden logo. Sure enough, it is his knife and it's his pocket clip. But where he's got his logo is it hides it. So the knife basically is clean except for the collar here. Yeah, button lock, so solid, locked up perfectly. There's no lock rock, there's no lash. Man, this thing is wonderful. It feels great in the hand. It's got really good ergonomics just because of the handle on it. It's not confident or very confident, but man, it's leaning towards it. This is a great grip. It's very comfortable in the hand, and great deployment. The action on this thing, the button is wonderful. The acoustics of this thing is ridiculous. Like, what the heck, man? It's like, that would be like racking a 12 gauge, you know? It's like, bam. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's going to gain attention for sure. The anodizing is really cool. It goes from the blues to purples. There's some oranges and reds, pinks. Yeah, it's cool. Follows it on the pocket clip. But what a solid knife, man. Let's check the pocket clip. Because, of course, that ball pocket clip, I mean, golly. There should be international law, man. Ow. Bit me. Yeah, so it will run, and it does hold pretty good, oddly enough. This one functions. You just got to force it over it. Once it goes, it actually runs pretty good. And there's enough texture in the titanium scale that it grips. I mean, it holds on. So I like it. And it will run in the thinner stuff as well. Fairly deep. I mean, there's maybe about a 1/2 inch poking out. You know, but it's a good look. It's intricate, kind of fancy, retro looking, the pocket clip looks kind of retro, I guess. My favorite spot. Yep, right in there, easy breezy. Holds it in there nice, so the pocket clip's good. Let's check it for safety. Yeah, there's no contacting. Full back spacer, well thought out. Yep, and it's anodized as well. It's in good shape. The tip, I mean, it's out there, but there's no way to get that tip either. So the clip passes, the tip passes, and the back passes. So the knife is safe in the pocket. You're not going to cut yourself reaching in there. And there's button action on here, man. It is just so good. Is this one sharp? Well, I hope so, because it's in my collection. There it goes. Sometimes you get this little paper and it's like trying to cut through cable. But yeah, super sharp. Price and availability. So at the time of this video, I don't see any auctions running for it, and I don't see it available anywhere. So that's another reason I don't want to do a full-blown video on it. I mean, we're coming up on 7 minutes, and we'll probably wrap this up pretty quick. So I don't see availability. Now, I will tell you that I have seen it on AliExpress and DHgate. And my current stance on those two is AliExpress has become fairly legitimate, in my opinion. I'm fairly comfortable purchasing from AliExpress. Everything I've purchased from them has been delivered and showed up, and I've been charged what I agreed to pay for stuff. So what more can I ask for? And it shows up in a reasonable amount of time. No more time than anything else that I'm buying from China. TWOSUNs or sixleafs or sometime is it kizer or some of the, so it shows up in a reasonable amount of time. DHgate is another story. I've had some purchases with them, in the last 6 months where clearly somebody was listing something that they didn't have, and then the gauntlet, like your money's safe, but the gauntlet to get it to refund, it can be daunting. And so, hey, you got to really want to work with DHgate. Now, I'll tell you, I bought stuff in that same time frame, that same 6 months that I purchased it, and in 2.5 weeks, it shows up. Legit seller, legit product. It was what I agreed to purchase at a very good price. And so, but man, there's still a lot of products on there that one of the things you can do on DHgate is look at the seller. If they don't have good ratings and you read things like, I didn't get my product, don't purchase it. You probably shouldn't, because no matter how tempting the product is, you might stay clear. Now, DHgate's good about arbitration and getting your money, but it can be daunting. It can be a gauntlet. Like, you got to negotiate with the seller first a couple of times, and then after a number of days pass, well, then you can ask for arbitration. You have to wait a certain number of days past the expected delivery time before you can file a claim. Like it's a process. So DHgate is questionable on my list, and I would say that if you're inexperienced with that kind of stuff, it should be iffy whether you want to go there. AliExpress, I've had nothing but good transactions there for quite some time now, so I feel a little different there. With that said, this one I bought from a private seller on a secondary market, and I paid $110 for this. I believe it was might have been from eBay, but it might have been through Facebook. I don't remember. But I buy a lot of stuff through Facebook now. The Facebook groups, you just got to really be careful and vet out those sellers, because there are scams in there, in those Facebook groups. They come in, they start a profile just to say that they're selling you stuff, get you to pay on Cash App. The money's in a black hole. They've gotten paid. There's nothing you can do about it. So beware in Facebook. Make sure that you vet out your seller, that there's vouchers, that there's people that can say, yeah, that's a good seller. You can trust them. I've purchased from them and they've delivered. So, anyways, I really like this knife. It is a wonderful piece of titanium and steel and function. Yeah, appreciate you watching.